Good afternoon. I'm talking to Matt, who is the Managing Director of a new service coming to the city called Dadzclub. Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon, Steph.
Matt, so before we find out about this new service called Dadzclub, can you tell me a bit about your own background and how you've got to this point in your career?
Yeah, of course. Well, first and foremost, I'm a local boy born and bred in Portsmouth, so very familiar with our city and have a strong passion and connection to where we live. I'm also a family man myself with two children, a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old, boy and girl. Really, I think since about 2001, on some level, I've always been involved supporting people within our city, whether that be homeless people, whether it be care leavers, substance misuse, low-level mental health, just about any services around in the city. I've kind of been involved with on a very extensive career within support work and the care sector. That kind of thing is in my blood. It's very much behind what I do. And as I said, 6 years ago I became a parent, and bit by bit the two kind of married really into an idea which became eventually Dadzclub.
And in fact, you've just recently left the COPS organisation, haven't you? And that's where we first met.
That's right, yeah. So COPS stands for the Council of Portsmouth Students, which is a remarkable programme within the city whereby just about every school in Portsmouth, including primaries, secondaries and colleges, bring together their student council several times a year to work together collaboratively on programmes and issues that are affecting them across the city. And it gives young people within our city a really big, powerful voice, which has started to be listened to by big business, big local authorities within the area, and really starting to work with those young people to improve education and personal development for young people within our city.
Brilliant. And I know your passion for that was immense, and I know it will be for your next venture. So let's talk about the next venture, Dadzclub. So can you tell me a bit more about how that idea was created? You touched on it earlier, and what challenges you've had getting it to this point.
To me, it seems like Dadzclub has been a really long journey, but in reality, it's only really started in November last year. As I said before, very, very passionate about being a dad. It's singly the most important thing and biggest element of my life. The children that I have are everything to me, and there are countless parents out there in our city that would say the exact same thing. I see it every single day. However, what I've also seen in the services that I've worked with since about 2001 is where parenting hasn't quite gone the way that it should have gone. And I think it's fair to say I've worked quite extensively with young people where they are the product of bad parenting. And I learned a lot about how not to parent through supporting those people. Bit by bit, I started to recognise a need within our city. There's already some fantastic parenting support going on. There's already some amazing support for mums groups and things out there. Over the year that I've been developing Dadzclub, I've had the chance to work alongside those services and see the amazing work that they're doing. But I really felt that there was a need there to promote fatherhood and to show that positive side of that. And I felt that not enough is being done nationally to really show and value the role that a father can play, or a male caregiver, within the upbringing of a child. In some instances, I think there's work being done to almost devalue the role of the father in that relationship. And I really felt that there was a space for that. And so I decided to marry my love for supporting people and obviously my role as a parent and create Dadzclub.
And that's fantastic. Now, as the name implies, it's for dads only. And I know dads in this case is spelled D-A-D-Z, but it's for dads only. So typically, which dads in the city will benefit from the service, and what sort of service will it be? Clubs, events, help, mentoring? What does it look like?
Dadzclub is going to have many facets. It's going to have many different programs. I'm confident that just about every father in our city, whether they are old, young, single, same-sex fathers, step parents, grandfathers, just about any father in our city, there'll be something for them. If you enjoy hiking, we'll have a thing like that. If you enjoy gaming, we'll have that. If you enjoy football, we'll have that. If you feel that you need some help cooking, then we'll help you with that. We've got 3 main programs within Dadzclub, really. We have our social learning program, whereby for those that are already involved with Dadzclub, they'll be quite familiar with some of the activities we've been doing, like our ever popular Lego Club. We'll be having lots of activities within the family hubs within Portsmouth. We'll be operating from 3 of the main family hubs in Portsmouth. For those that aren't aware, they are formerly the children's centres within Portsmouth, which are currently undergoing a massive change in the service provision that they provide and revamping as family hubs, with which the Portsmouth Parent and Carers Board are very much a part of working for the local community and being a voice for parents on that current process, which I am also a member of. So Dadzclub will be operating from Milton, Buckland and Portsgrove family hubs 3 days a week, offering a year-long range of services there, whereby we'll be working in partnership with lots of other external providers, bringing them in, doing workshops, fun activities, everything from soft play to workshops around sort of how to do hair and things like that. And then we'll have lots of activities out and about as well, so when we're not in those hubs there, we'll be out and about doing rock pool adventures down at the Blue Reef Aquarium or activities up at the Peter Ashley Activity Centre, really getting the dads out there with the kids. And we're also going to have our targeted programme. So, for instance, in our city, there's fathers out there that can't get out to do these activities. They're having contact with their kids in contact centres. They can't quite get to us, so we go to them. Part of the scheme that we're working on is to try and create an outreach service. So wherever there are groups of dads, and we've worked quite hard over the last few months to identify these groups of dads, and we're aware of numerous little pockets of fathers out there. Part of our outreach will be to go wherever they are and wherever they're accessing support services, whether that be the Home Start services within Portsmouth, whether that's the Roberts Centre, whether it's Battenberg Clinic. We'll work with those services to complement the support plan that's being offered, and that's essentially where the targeting programme kind of lifts off, really. And then we'll start to offer a range of training courses around parenting. So there could be a short course around parenting which looks more at the attitudes of parenting, whether that be building emotional resilience in our children, dealing with challenging behaviour, leaving a legacy, what fatherhood means to you, really exploring the inside psychology of fatherhood. And then there's the long course as well, which is around about 12 weeks, which covers all of those elements, but then is also the life skills side of it. So how to manage a household, how to pay those bills, finding employment, changing nappies, bathing a baby, feeding the children, all those kind of things that necessarily we're not taught. You know, one of the things, going back to when we were at COPS, one of the things that always came up with the young kids there was that there's not enough life skills development and thinking outside of the box within schools, because schools are so restricted in what they have to teach. People are coming not feeling not as well equipped as they could do for parenting. I certainly wasn't when I became a parent. You know, it's this thing that hits you in the face and reality is there, and you really have to kind of step up to the mark, and various people do that really well and various people don't. And the idea of Dadzclub is to make sure that everyone is together on that, and it's for dads by dads, and we want there to be this kind of social learning that goes on, so those dads that need support can get that from a supportive network of fathers that help each other out. In some ways, almost acts as father figures for other fathers. And we also have our community side of it, whereby many of us, we get out there to where other families are, because we're not just about the dads, we're there for the families. At the heart of Dadzclub is the family and the well-being of the child, and we just do that through the father. But the community side of it is getting out there to things such as we were at Victoria's Fest, just getting out there, meeting parents, introducing ourselves, talking to them, finding out about what they're up to, how their day's going, talking about the events that we're going to, reviewing where we've been from the perspective of a father. So, you know, how is it accessing the changing rooms? You know, is the changing room in the female toilets? You know, which restricted so parents, because there's a growing trend within dads these days to be more involved and to do these things like changing the baby. So that's kind of what Dadzclub has to offer, really, and we're hoping to be something for everyone, really.
It's amazing. We're out of time, sadly, because I could go on listening to you all day, but for one quick last question, how do people get in touch with you and Dadzclub?
Okay, so at the moment, our main point of contact would be through our Facebook page, Dadzclub. Just search for Dadzclub Portsmouth, Dadzclub. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. We are hoping to launch our range of services that we've just described very soon. We're receiving tremendous support from Portsmouth City Council behind that. And then once that is there and we have our launch event, we will also have an online hub whereby we'll bring everything together and people can then start to access us through there. But until then, Facebook is the place.
Okay. Matt, if enthusiasm and passion were remedies for success, you will be a success. It's great to work with you and we look forward to supporting you going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.